x? Negative 1. Our exponent's negative 1. Again, if the fraction flips, that means that the exponent had to be negative. All right, 1/10 is the same thing as 0.1. Good? Any questions on that one? No? Good? Okay. Next one, number 7. 8 to the 2/3 equals 4. Okay, so what am I going to write here? Log, what's my base? Log base 8 of 4. Okay, we're reading it like this up here. Okay, so log base 8 of 4 equals what? Equals 2/3. Okay, good. I'm not going to do a whole lot of them where they're fractions other than just like 1 or 2. I'm sorry, or like negative or positive. Like one like this that doesn't have a 1 in it. But we learned rational fractions. It's like 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. 2 squared is 4. All right, so that's how they're getting that. Okay, but we're just doing from exponential to logarithmic, so we can leave it like that for now. All right, that's fine. Okay, and then number 8, we've got 6 to the negative 3 equals 1 over 216. Okay, first of all, before we write this out, think about this, okay? 6, the negative, flip the fraction, right? It goes on the bottom. Here, since it was just negative 1, it just flipped it to the bottom and stayed the same. Okay, but what is 6 to the 3rd power? Maybe try it in your calculator. What's 6 to the 3rd power? 216, right? Okay, so the negative flips the fraction. The 3 is the exponent, right? So 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Then because it's negative, it flips. Okay, so that's why we have that there. So what are we going to write here? Log. What's our base? Log base 6 of, again, log base 6 of what? Does anyone else know the answer, or just one person? All right. 1 over 216 equals what? Negative 3. Again, do y'all see what I mean, though? The negative made it a fraction. The 3 is how I got 216, because 6 to the 3rd power is 216. But it was negative 1 over 216. Okay? Okay. It's going to get progressively a little bit more complicated, okay? But also still not that difficult, okay? What we have to do on the back is where we're actually solving, okay? They do not give us all this. On these that we've just done, they give us everything. You just had to rearrange it, okay? On the next page, the last 4, we're actually having to solve and find x, okay? And the instructions are going to say, evaluate the logarithm. And when you do this, you're asking yourself, because we're trying to find out what x is, okay, what the exponent is, what power of b gives you y? Okay, so when it says evaluate the logarithm, they're going to go in this order on the practice as well. But on this one, they're not going to give you x. We're trying to find x, okay? So what you're asking yourself is, what power of b gives you y? Okay, so we're going to go from log form to exponential form. First one, number 9, they're just going to give you this. Log base 4 of 64. Okay, they don't give you what it equals. You have to figure out what it equals. Okay, this is where we're trying to find x, just like we talked about on the front board. Okay, so that implies, okay, that equals x. That's what we're looking for. All right, so this is like this, log b y equals x. Right, so whenever I solve it, it's basically saying 4 to the x power equals 64. Okay, just like we just learned, 4 to the x power equals 64. So we're trying to find out what x is. Okay, now, some of these you might know right off the bat. Some of them you might have to work it out a little bit in